righty, good evening everybody and welcome back to SimTraX Broadcasting as we are here to bring you the Food City 500 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Currently looking at Russ Bovera out there in the number 16 going ahead and knocking down a few extra laps out there in these Gen 4 cars to get a solid feeling for what this track is going to bring us here tonight. Qualifying is just now wrapping up as Cody Porter and Johnny Avila will be starting in the front row in the 38 and the 88. Followed by Nathan Landwehr in the 28 and Jared Magoon in the 99. Now, unfortunately, it looks like Devin Lockridge will not be out there. He'll be sitting on top of the box there for Jared Magoon. Out there for a spotter, and boy, oh boy, is he going to need it. This short track, you've got to be on your toes here tonight because if you're taking a low line, somebody's going high or trying to shoot underneath of you there, you've got to have eyes in the sky and somebody concentrating on you, and not just that, but also about half a lap ahead because in less than 4 seconds, you will be into the next turn to greet that possible wreck or next car you may be visiting if they are a bit off pace. So Stella joining alongside me tonight. This should be a great race. I'm glad to see we are off the dirt. We remain here on the concrete. And fortunately, this track is a little rubbered up as well. Fortunately, it's showing that the track will be dry here tonight as we take a look at our race information that we've got here for you at the Food City 500. We're lined up for 250 laps here tonight, 100% fuel limit, and 3 sets of tires down in pit. So these drivers have got to take care of these pieces of rubber that are running underneath the cars. Of course, there will be no fast repairs, an open setup league, so these guys have been able to make slight adjustments. I guarantee you we're going to see some guys messing around with the spring rates out there to make sure this car can stay on intact out there and hopefully not send so many G-forces or feedback back to the drivers out there that there is going to be a huge problem in these guys bumping around out there. So we're going to see if how we get going out there. I'll be your lead producer tonight. Stella joining me as the commentator. And Stella, you are down there on the track side here on the 7-degree night here, and some of these guys seem a little nervous about tonight, seeing that we come to a short track. And I think this is right when guys are getting ready to learn if they're getting ready, if they're friends out there, or if they're getting ready to become enemies.
Yeah, they'll find out quick, fast, and in a hurry on this one. They have widened the track, but not at this point in time. Here in the 2004 era for the Gen 4 League, you're looking at a 40-foot wide track. That is pretty narrow, considering you are looking at a 27-degree banking on those turns.
All right, this used to be what they used to say the steepest banking in NASCAR out there. I think they were even saying it was somewhere around 30 to 31 degrees is what they used to boast, that this track was that tall. But Stella, I'm fairly certain that was a kind of an overinflated number.
Yeah, they used to market this place as a 36-degree incline on the turns. And it was often questioned and then finally proved that we were running only 27. Now, since then, they went ahead and paved it, but during this era, you are looking at the 27-degree track banking, not the 24 to 28 it is now.
Okay, awesome. So I would say that's going to be very helpful, seeing that this track, they call it the Last Colosseum out there. But it's something else to think, as even Jay is mentioning out there, calling it the fishbowl, is having this more of a mixing bowl style, having that sort of banking. I would say if the banking was around that 31 to 36 degrees like you're talking about, it would be very helpful to the drivers getting around here, but I just don't think the cars could handle that kind of downforce down to the suspension is not becoming so raised up and airy on the straightaways and then trying to expect to smash when they're heading into these turns at 120, 130 miles an hour, trying to hang on to it without the car bottoming out.
Yeah, exactly what I would think, because these straights are 4 to 9 degrees tops. That is a heck of a difference between the corners and the straights. And like you say, the coming out of them, how do you hang on? Going into them, how do you stay into it without just going squeesh?
Yeah, I know out there currently with the next-gen machines, they're talking about drivers like Denny Hamlin would complain about the cars out there, saying it's hard to feel like you're not going to pass out around these turns because of the downforce that it puts out there on the driver. They said the amount of G's they push, and without the very forgiving suspension. It was just making it just about impossible. All right, warm-up should be ending here in just a moment here as these drivers go ahead and knock down a couple of it there. Stella, I believe, well, I was taking a look out there. The track was not cleaned. It was, everything is A-okay. So I believe we're going to be somewhere around about that 30% mark is where we're going to see these guys have an opportunity out there. Woo, as you can see the number 28 of Landwehr out there, as he goes down on the bottom, takes a little scrub off the apron there and slides through the turn. So obviously he's getting a good feel out there in that Haviland machine to see what he is going to kind of produce out there for us tonight and see if he's going to have a fruitful night. I would say not too many drivers, I would say for the drivers out there, that's fortunate. Rather than having 35 drivers smashed into this track would be almost impossible to see these guys hang on and be able to get around this track. But it is definitely, I would say, going to be very tight racing here tonight. If not, once they do get spread out, that whoever's in the lead, I would say Cody Porter or Avila, it's going to be a runaway. Somebody's going to be able to take off, and we shouldn't see a whole lot of cautions here, Stella, seeing the few drivers that we got out there on the track.
Yeah, should be good. I mean, heck, they made it last week with only 2 cautions, and that was at Charlotte. So these guys can run and ride pretty well. You were saying with the carryover, we're looking at 30%. What did you mean, like 30 laps of fuel, 30 laps on tires?
Yeah, well, what they're saying is about, I would say probably 30 laps out of each driver has been laid down on this track, so it is not a completely clean track. The marbles and dust have been blown off here from our race crew, but there is some rubber laid down on the track, so the track is not green. This thing will be ready to go. These guys should tack up, and they should really be able to rock around this track right off the bat without having any sort of connection problems. Alrighty, here we go. Let's go ahead. What do you say we go ahead and take a look at our starting grid here for tonight?
That'd be splendid.
All right, let's go ahead and let her rip here. Getting here to our starting grid here for the Food City 500. Cody Porter and Johnny Avila will be starting in row number 1. Moving on, Nathan Landwehr starts in 3rd. Jared Magoon is 4th. Moving on to Mark Sikosi. Did not take any warm-up laps out there, as I think he's hacking down a few extra things as an admin in the background, but he'll be starting to the inside here of Brian Wiggins. That moves us on. Jeremy Queener sits in 7th, and Andy Reeves. Hopefully Reeves is able to finish out this race. I have seen Reeves kind of tuck and roll here later on here in the run, so we'll see how the number 29 does. That moves us on. Douglas McIndoe starts in 9th. Jason Crumley is 10th. Russ Bovair 11th, and Justin Cope sits in the 12th position. I believe we've got one final driver here. Squeezing in will be Clint Mata. Currently, he'll be starting all the way from the back. The Sim Magic Machine, that seems to be his MO, starting from the back and likes fighting his way up to the front. So he's got some work to do out of that number 7 car. Yep, I said a little bit of a small field here, but that should be A-okay, especially for the drivers that are out there and looking to make a difference here tonight and definitely see what they can do. Pace car lights are off. I believe we will go around one more time before the pace car goes ahead and ducks on off here, and we'll be underway.
Yeah, I noticed we have one car, looks like 2 places behind Mark Sikosi, that has no numbers tonight. Can you let me know who that is?
Taking a look here, we're trying to find the driver you were talking about. It looks like 33 on top of Jeremy Queener. As in the 33, directly behind him should be the 00.
There.
Yep.
That's who I'm looking for.
That'll be Douglas McIndoe.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, not a problem. He has not been assigned a number here yet, so they're going to let him rip. 00 what he's going to be in, but let's go ahead and keep an eye here on our starting races. So you already see lap number 2 started. Cody Porter's out front. Avila in the 88 is kind of laughing at this one as we are under caution. I think we already had a sidestep out from Queener as he heads around. Looks like some damage there to the left front, just a hair. But we'll double check. I see Russ Bovair may have been involved as well. Here's another look. Yep, there's Queener to the side, and whoop.
And what a great looking car. All his paint looks chrome.
Yes.
And then he goes and leaves it all on the sidelines.
All right, I believe the driver was able to avoid. That was the 21. Okay. Andy Reeves should be out there in the 29 machine, but he was actually able to avoid most of that wreck that actually happened directly in front of him. Let's take a look at Andy Reeves' angle. Boy, luck.
Lucky dog.
Yep. Definitely a lot of luck there. All right. So we're under our first caution here of the night. I think this may have been a little bit of a fumble here. Gen 4 rules, we should be back single file here to get us back underway. It may double stack it though, seeing that we are at a short track. Lights are still on though. We'll be getting
That gives me
underway.
an opportunity to ask a question since the lights are still on.
Yep.
Since we have this small field, are we on a single pit road tonight?
We should be.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be. Under, normally under green flag pit stops, that's where the dual pit roads come in. Under yellow flag, it's always a single pit.
Then how does everybody fit all on one pit stop?
You actually go through the turn and back into the yellow one.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why some guys do like green flag pit stops, but you will be almost 3 to 4 laps down before you can get back out on the track, since most of the most pit times, or excuse me, most race time is somewhere around that 30 second mark or so. All right, looks like we are starting to darken up around the track. We're waiting for the track lights to come on here. They're starting to warm up. Sun is setting behind the stands. Boy, kind of a sketchy time to be running out of light here, Stella.
Yes. Yeah, not looking good out here on YouTube.
Yeah, well, the lights that these drivers do have are just stickers. So let's get it going here. Cody Porter out front. And we are back underway.
That was a heck of a jump he got on that last start.
Yeah, no kidding. Right now, driver is a lap down. Jeremy Queener, one of them. He's the only driver lap down currently. We are running around this track. Landwehr's knocking down the fastest time here of the night.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because looking at the standings, last week was not kind to him. He fell 7 points in the standings.
Yep, they're definitely going to be trying their best out there. Now Avila takes over the lead, and now he's got the fastest time out there. 14.5 seconds. That is a smoking lap.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right now you see him triangulating that turn just a little bit. We'll see how long his tires last doing that. Remember, 100% fuel limit, so we will have a long stretch before they need fuel. But it's going to be the tires and whether they'll hang in there. Right now Mark Sikosi's shifting off to 4th. He's past Jared Magoon, dropping Magoon down now to 5th. Brian Wiggins following close behind in that number 5 Tide machine.
I think these guys are going to have to put a stick out there in front of them pretty soon to be feeling the track if it gets much darker.
Yep, well, I can see the lights starting to reflect. They're waiting for them to turn on here.
Goodness.
Yeah, no kidding. This is getting pretty rough.
There's realism and then there's practicality.
Yep. Alrighty, still racing on through. Let's sit along here with Brian Wiggins. Yeah, you see how dark it's getting out there. Boy, look how fast these laps are rolling through.
No kidding. 15 already. 15 out of 250.
Oh.
We'll still be here.
See smoke down at the bottom.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think that's Jason Crumley. Next driver, that is around. No caution is thrown here. Heavy damage to the 83 machine.
Huge.
So the hot tamales is getting blasted apart here. Here, take a look. Oh!
Ouch. You got a twofer out of that one.
Yeah, that didn't look so hot there. I would say it almost... Let's take another look at it before I call it. It almost looked like it got dumped here. Here's the top side, 83. Alright, so Douglas out there in the 00. Gets caught up with the 83. Sun's starting to peek back out again. So Stella taking a look at this, how the lighting is hitting the track out there. We're going to start having hot and cold parts out there. And this is going to be a little tricky for the drivers as well, as they kind of sit back and feel out the tracks heading into, I believe that is turn number 1 out there. They're going to be, it's going to be real hot and a little bit sticky out there, and then it's going to be almost ice cold as they head into 2 and 3. So I would say this is going to be very sketchy out there as we are taking right now. This is a look here at Cody Porter, currently sitting in the number 2 position. Avila, remember I said if we can get this thing straightened out, it should be a runaway. Avila is out in front already by almost a second and a half before you can find Cody Porter.
My goodness, that's a change of pace from the first restart there.
Yep. Definitely as they set on back, we're looking off Avila's rear window here at Cody Porter and Landwehr trying to run him down. I would say they're not letting him get too far away though, but right now he's holding about a second and a quarter before we catch up with these two. As right now that Haviland machine out there in the 28 trying to keep up here with the 38 of Cody Porter. These two are almost lockstep here as they are currently running second and third in the exact same line out there as Landwehr, of course, must be tuned in, drops down just a hair lower to go ahead and keep chasing these guys down. 2 drivers laps down. I believe one of them has not visited pit road yet, and that is Douglas Macedo here. He's currently got some damage to the front nose of that car. It must have been from the contact made out there with Jason Crumley. Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, he's having a bit of handling issues. My heavens. I'm kind of curious whether he is trying to stay that low or if he's having that much trouble with his steering.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. All right, we keep running out there. Mark Sikosi now sitting 4th. And now looks like everybody getting around Douglas down there at the bottom. I think Justin Cope is moving right along. Justin Cope actually out there in the number 2 outside line. Remember Cope feeling pretty good. He had a hot streak there for a moment, and we'll see if it continues on through the next few races. This tonight at Bristol, there's a lot to be had, and a lot of mistakes can be made. Stella, I've found a lot of cautions at short tracks. But a lot of a major adjustment that guys can make is actually lowering that seat because you drive out of the top quarter part of the windshield heading around these turns more than likely. So when you do see something out there on the track that can have some trouble out there, I would say that may be something that guys can take into account. I believe Douglas might have gotten caught up here. Should be Reeves currently behind him. Yep, there's Reeves into him, 21 around.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
Plummer, all right.
Yeah, he's going to have, with no fast repairs, a bit of time in that pit stall to get squared away.
Yep. If you guys taking this opportunity here to consider coming down pit road, some for only 2 tires and some for only fuel.
Yeah, we definitely have a sunset golden tone on the track at this point, but I haven't seen much of a dip in the track temperature. So I'm amazed that it makes that much difference just between turn to turn, that the tires would have time to have issues between sun and shade.
Yeah, no, I'm just any kind of adjustment I'm talking about is just the track itself, not just the tires. So what I would say is you would go there and expect a sticky part of the track under the sun, and then expect to be slick when in the shade.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I thought it was the tires that would get sticky or slick, and that was not be good. But I couldn't figure out how it was doing it so quickly. Makes perfect sense. It's the track that makes the change.
Yep, the track's making the change. All right, back down pit road is Jeremy Queener. He's looking to get back out there, waiting for the last car to go by. Oh, gotta be careful, otherwise it'll bite him again for the commitment cone. All right, Jeremy Queener going to get out to the end of the longest line. I believe he's currently only down single lap here. Yep. I think Crumley is down a handful here, as he spent the last 3 minutes in pit road. And Landwehr yet to pit. He's going to get us back off. Currently, the top 6 have not come down pit road yet. 28 machine going to take off. Mark Sikosi sitting second, Wiggins third, Magoon is fourth, Cope fifth. Right now, Andy Reeves, who did not pit, drops down to the 8th position. He's going to have some trouble already starting from the back. There's a little side-by-side action there with Clinton Lotta going ahead and working his way around Russ Bovair. Where I said Bovair during qualifying was spending a little extra time out there. He may have had an adjustment, or they made an adjustment closer to race time that was not sitting very well with his car. So maybe an adjustment has been made there for Bovair. Looks like fuel and an adjustment for him, as he spent 6.6 down in the pit box.
Okay, so does the fueling go?
Yep. Yep, little touch and go, and back out he goes. No tires were taken out there by Russ Bovair. So I would say a quick little wedge round, and then some tires, and and then some fuel and get back out there.
I think that's the same strategy Johnny Avila is working too.
Yep. The exact same as the 88 machine. Ooh, up the track just a little bit. He's going to see if he can get a little more speed to run down Cody Porter. He's gotten around Porter once before. Now he's just got to get the right angle here.
Yeah, no doubt he's got the speed in that car. But agreed, I was just going to say, but he sure does have a different approach.
He's able to add a lot more speed here. Currently hitting 1488 was his last lap this time by. It should mark him as somewhere around a 1490. So right now he's actually faster than anybody else that's currently ahead of him. And remember, he did not take tires.
No.
So somebody not afraid of that high line here. Watch him with this turn speed. The key is not getting pinched.
Yes, which I thought he was going to there, but he went right by Justin Goat without a problem.
Yep. Well, let's see if Lockridge is doing his job as the spotter there. He's going to try to see if he can fire around the 99, and he does. Boy, talk about on the move here. Is that number 88?
I did not realize he had started so far back. Lead yet?
Yeah, definitely he's got to as he shuffles back up to the front. He was one of our first drivers to get back out of pit road. He was behind. Did leave in 8th or 9th position on a restart.
That'll do it. So, do you think Cody Porter took 2 tires? Or
With an
fixed
11-second
damage?
pit stop, I'm wondering if he made adjustments. Say, you know, if he put on a set of right side tires, increase some tire pressure out there because this track is colder than he expected, that may be a possibility.
Okay.
Yep. All right, let's take a look back up here. Sikosi, I think, has got Landwehr under some pressure. Currently sitting with Sikosi. To the outside, there's the 28s. 28 running the same line, though, that Abilene was. Trying to hang down on that bottom line. I'll put a hand out, rub his finger along that yellow line as he grinds down toward the bottom. There's Brian Wiggins wanting to hang right behind him.
They were on motorcycles. I can see him doing his elbow, but let's not do that in these.
Yeah. Right now, Sikosi trying to find underneath of him. Now, Stella, we talked about this a couple of times, and we will mention it one more time. This track is not exactly symmetrical.
Okay.
Turn 1 and 2 is more of a pinch than 3 and 4 are. 3 and 4 is actually a little bit longer and a little bit wider. So guys do have to take a different attack on 1 and 2 than they do 3 and 4. And I think that's actually what the 28 is starting to capitalize. Is between 3 and 4, and Sikosi gets a little extra edge in here on 1 and 2. There it is. There's 1 and 2. Watch 3 and 4, and the 28 will pull away a bit, because he is able to get some speed on the exit here of that turn. So Sikosi may have to run that same line there for a little while to see if he can catch up and kind of run him down here a bit. If not, Sikosi might be under fire by Brian Wiggins behind him. Fortunately, Wiggins is dialing it back there just a hair, not attacking. Let's get a little closer here to the action as we see Sikosi taking a look here to the side. Oh, man. Give it to Sikosi for not riding up the track, but that might be his opportunity here. Side by side with him, heading into 1. Remember, Sikosi's been stronger through 1 and 2. No.
I was wondering if Brian Wiggins being behind him might have been giving him a little bit of a boost. But as soon as he drew back, he lost that extra edge.
Well, drafting really isn't a thing. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Lap traffic.
Yes. Speed bumps in disguise.
All right. What I would say here is I think Sikosi's probably hating that the 5 is right behind him. He needs that downforce on the bottom to help pull him through and try to plant the back end of that car. And I'm wondering if Sikosi's fighting it, if it getting loose through the turn as the 5 is right behind him. Drafting's not going to be as bad, but look who sticks a nose in.
Yes.
Justin Cope saw a soft spot and dug in. Great job here, running into some more lap traffic. Landwehr's mile pinched, sending it 3 wide. Go for it. All right, around Andy Reeves they go. Reeves ricochets off the wall, and he marches back. Looks like no worse for the wear.
Yeah, but loses a ton of speed on that one.
Yeah. Now, a big choice here for Justin Cope as he's going to shoot around the outside. Oh, he's going to take it 3. Oh, the 28 of Landwehr had no idea he was there.
Oh, wow.
Well, Landwehr cannot be mad about that. Cope was in there fair and square. I think Nathan had thought maybe looking down that it was only Sikosi to the inside. Spotter's got to let him know he was 3 wide there. I don't think he had a clue. But regardless, loses a little bit of control and is able to collect it. Now remember, This guy still has not taken tires 66 laps into this race. So right now, I got to give it here to the 28. I guarantee you, next time he comes down, it's going to be a set of tires for him, as right now we are slacking off to about 15.5 seconds per lap. So we are dropping off just about a second here. And that's okay. That's decent fall off, but I would say anybody who comes down and takes tires will have the upper hand here into the next round.
Oh, agreed. I mean, at this point, I can't equate these tiny little laps, but if I sit and say, okay, they've done 34 laps at a mile track, Yes, it is definitely time for tires.
Currently riding off the front nose here, Brian Wiggins, who is able to find a groove right underneath Cope. Does lose a little bit of speed coming through that turn. Cope high side, trying to hang on. Get back to that nose. Take a look at Cope. Dive bombing in. Right now, Sikosi's got him on the outside. Sikosi, we're getting a run for his money here. The number 2 at Cope on the bottom, up 10 positions here tonight. Sikosi started 5th, and he's on the outside trying to hang on to the lead. This is the kind of racing you love seeing here at the Last Colosseum. Food City 500, 71 laps into this race. And we right now have a battle here for that number 1 spot. It was 3 wide there for about a handful of laps ago. And currently finally calms down. Sikosi able to fend off Justin Cope. But Cope not giving up. He's going to be looking for a re-attack. But the bottom is blocked by Brian Wiggins, and that might just be a little tool that you're going to see Mark Sikosi use here. Cope to the outside. Now Sikosi's going to have to defend to the bottom. Oh, Wiggins into the back of Sikosi. Sikosi wants to come down. The 5 cannot do it. The 5 holds off, drops down to the apron, and Cope now takes over the lead.
My goodness, yeah, Cope even came off the wall a little bit back there, just because everybody was so squished in that little part of the track. But yeah, that definitely Brian Wiggins has made a play and has made this a completely different race up here in the front now.
All right, we are running into Clint Motto, who's currently the 9th position driver out here. Clint Motto will be going a lap down. Right now, Motto into the wall. 5 slides to the side. Sikosi gets nervous. Currently, a lot of action happening here in our front 3. Avila now looking to make it the top 4. Avila currently sits about 3/4 of a second off the back end here of Mark Sikosi, but with us being about leveled out on tires here, I don't think Avila is going to have enough to fight and bring it back to grab a hold of him out there.
Yeah, at this point, I think there's a couple people that are really hoping for a nicely timed caution.
All right, now I guarantee you hearing word through the pit crew chief out there is they're worried about Mark Sikosi out there with some right front damage. Right front damage come from the contact out there with Nathaniel Landwehr back when they made that pass around lap 50 or so. They're going to look and take a look at it when he comes back down. No smoke showing from the right front tire. But they are concerned about Sikosi's speed and the health of that car. So they'll give it a quick check when it comes into pit road, if not sooner.
All right. Well, I think we've just witnessed one of those incredibly long trips around pit lane. Andy Reeves came in, and I thought we had some kind of a glitch in the timing here, but it took him literally 2 laps to get around just to get to his green flag pit stall. But I do believe he's the first one now to have taken 4 tires and fuel.
Who, Andy Reeves?
Yeah.
No, he's actually taken back to the garage.
Oh, no. How very unusual. All right, because I saw him come in, and then he did 16:52, and then he went back to the garage. That's a shame.
Yeah, Andy Reeves retreats after a little while, so unfortunately, 76 laps for Andy Reeves, and he'll be calling it a night here as he ends up a bunch of laps down, noticing that this track is going green flag for an extended amount of time, so being able to recover and get some of those laps back might be few and far between. Crumley's still down 14, and Douglas Macedo out there sitting in 13th. If they continue running some laps around here, they might just be able to put him into the final spot here of 13th. 86 laps into this one at the Food City 500. Right now, Justin Cope is leading this one, and Brian Wiggins coming down pit road. Green flag pit stop here for the Monte Carlo, the number 5 Tide machine. Whoop. Oh, yeah, a little miss up there. All right, guarantee we're going to see 4 tires of fuel out of that one. Let's take a look at Justin Cope, who's pulled away 4 seconds behind sits Mark Sikosi. But Sikosi under fire here by Avila. And right now I would say this is a defending spot for Mark on that high side. Right now he is fending them off, which, how did Johnny Avila get here? Taking that high side. So right now, if Sikosi is thinking about doing anything, high line is going to be what he chooses. Right now, the clutch of 8s here, currently sitting in, currently second and third. And Avila has him heading into 1 here. Boy, this is going to be tight racing here. Stella, right now, our pit road is starting to heat up just a little bit there. I only see Brian Wiggins, our first guy to take a bite out of pit road here lately, and Clint Mata as well.
Agreed, and both of them appear to have come in for 4 tires and fuel.
Now notice that number 5 going ahead and flossing right on around. That is actually going to be our guy who came down into pit road, I believe on lap number 86. Brian Wiggins knocking down the times now. I guarantee we'll see him dip back down in the 14s, and he does. 14.85 out of Wiggins, and he's on a tear, and we are under caution.
Oh, no. I believe... Could it have been...
damage to the
Douglas?
5.
Douglas, 5.
Yes, I see damage to the front of the 5 here. And something tells me we made contact with the 00.
I believe so.
That was the only driver I saw close to being in front of him here. And I guarantee you Wiggins is not going to be happy. He may have to come back down into pit road to get that nose off the radiator.
Okay. What in the world? Was he texting?
I'm not sure. I would say right now, taking a look at how this caution kind of unravels here, how did Jason Crumley not get a caution when he ended up at the same spin out?
Yes. I wish I knew. Yeah, my problem is number 5, I'm not seeing any break. I'd be able to read Goodyear. And I'm not seeing him break at all as he was coming in behind him and under him.
I don't know if he was expecting him to go high.
Well, one way or another, once he made contact, he knew he wasn't going to go high. I mean, is it protocol to drive through?
Sometimes it's safer. If you do make contact, the driver starts turning sideways, is to kind of drive through him. The longer he's sitting sideways, the worse it's going to get.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that's the right call, but when you're behind the wheel, you got a couple of choices to make. Either we hit the brakes and see how it plays out, or we push through and try to steer that car the way we want him to go.
Gotcha.
All right, looks like we're going to be under cloud cover again here. Wiggins going to go ahead and get the wave on through. So he stays out. Everybody else comes down. Now, I guarantee you, like I said, ill-timed caution here, and Wiggins with some front-end damage. He's going to pay for that later on. A track like this is hard to get airflow in through the nose. So this may be difficult, and he's going to have to keep his eye on the water temperature out there.
Yeah, we have seen cars blow an engine just due to heat.
Yep.
And that was just from drafting.
Yeah, Jay out there saying it looked like he was just plowing into him, and he did. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I just don't know if something was radioed up out there. You know, go high, and we missed the message, and we just stayed our line. And that's where he just rammed right into the back of him. All right, we get back under green here to kick lap number 97 off. Cope goes ahead and gets a good launch out there. Fantastic job down pit road as well. 15-18 by him. He did miss his box on the way in, but he was able to go ahead and get out on time. Moving on with Mark Sikosi and Avila, who actually had the fastest in-box time with 4 tires at a 14.93. I do want to note that Bovair with a 10-second pit stop, this guy decided to take a couple of tires again. And right now I'm wondering if he's just fighting a tight race car. Just can't get this thing underneath them. Right now I'm seeing everything that they're kind of drawing out there on the board, saying he needs to loosen that car up. Beauvais not happy with the way that car's handling here tonight. Regardless, still sitting in 5th place, drops down to 6th as Landwehr's on a tear here. Yeah, Landwehr spending over a minute down pit lane. Was another driver that was able to get an under 15-second pit stop. So Cope enjoying his lead out front with the fresh air out in front of him. 6/10, now 7/10 of a second before we can find Mark Sakosi. Right now, I guarantee a caution every now and then at Bristol's not too bad. It helps bunch our guys back up and at least figure out who's on the lead and who's not on the lead lap here. Fortunately, our guys can now reach out and touch each other, where we see Johnny Avila currently sitting 3rd. We got our eyes here on Cody Porter in the 38 and the 28 of Nathan Landwehr. So I guarantee if you got an 8 in the number, looks like you're going to be top 5 tonight.
I like it. That's pretty good. Jason Crumley, being in the 83, is the only one that is wishing he was in that crowd.
Yeah. Now he's trying his best out there to come up with something. I know Crumley having that spin out and then spending 3 minutes down in the box, that is definitely kind of kicked him down here while he was down, so not looking good. Oh, getting around Douglas here. Getting around lap traffic once again. I would say that's a nice little touch out there. I would say, kind of wakes these guys up just a little bit to another, almost like I wouldn't say an obstacle out there, but just something to kind of throw a wrench in the spokes. You see after a matter of a couple laps here, getting lap number 97, 10 laps, we've caught the back end of the field again. So right now, Justin Cope able to floss right on through, made it happen, but still remains about 7/10 out in front of Mark Sakosi. Right now, I would expect Justin Cope right now, he is coasting. This guy, there's no need to dig. There's no need to tear around here. Right now, he's ran a 15:31 last lap, 15:02 this lap. Yeah, right now, Cope is just coasting out there, making sure he stays out in front of these guys. And then that way, he has the tire life to actually last and be able to battle later on if they do catch him.
Yeah, because you're figuring that most everybody now, unless they've hit the wall or done something to their car, they all have the same tires and the same fuel, because they've all come down within a lap of each other, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, just about, other than Russ Beauvais looking like he made an adjustment down there again with a 10-second pit stop, currently sitting in 6th.
Okay.
So
now, Russ Beauvais, I definitely wouldn't count him out, because out of the last 4 races, he was on the podium 3 times.
Yes, and I still think he has a chance here tonight. He just can't seem to get that car loosened up here tonight. That thing is, he said it keeps riding like a brick, and you can see when he enters pit road, he's got his hands up in the air off the wheels like, I don't know what the hell to do. I can't fix this car, and they're doing everything they can trying to figure out how to let that car go. I would say some guys do take the opportunity, replace the left side tires and lower the pressure to try to help him hook up on the inside and loosen that right side of the car up so it doesn't drive so difficult, like he's not having to wheel it as bad. Maybe we can take a peek inside of Russ Beauvais' car here. Yeah, see how tight that thing looks? See how hard he's fighting that wheel? And the more he fights that wheel, the harder it's going to be to get around this track. Now, currently, he is starting to pick up the pace, though. Whoa! Oh. As Nathan Landwehr goes on around.
Sideways, and we have a caution.
Well, there's one for you, Stella. Landwehr's too loose, and Beauvais's too tight. And the worst part is, I would say Russ Beauvais finally gets that car to start settling into the track, and we end up under caution. Let's take a look. This should be an easy one here for the number 28 of Landwehr. This is going to play some pit strategy, though. Yeah, right there. Oh! Hey, not bad. Looked like he was able to save the race car. Let's take another look at it here. You can see as he enters the turn, right?
Hits that paint.
Right, a little bit of a bump. And that bump turns him down to the left and just sends him the rest of the way around.
Nice. Had that wheel cocked all the way to the right. Going into that spin. Very good.
So we'll take a couple looks out there. I think this may give Brian Wiggins the opportunity. He'll be back out there on the track, lead lap. Now, I would say, currently, Wiggins isn't getting out of here unscathed. Look at the damage this guy.
Wow. He's lost the pointy in his pointy end.
Yep, well, he's heading down pit road currently. I guarantee he'll have the pit crew putting both hands underneath there and try to pull that thing out. Now, right now, I would be more concerned with that damage right above the right front tire. That is not going to look good. The more he squats that front end down, he's going to be having a hard time keeping that sheet metal off the tire. So Cope gets out there. Lap 93 is when everybody else is pitting here. But they decided not to. Cope, Sikosi, Bovair, and Magoon stay out. Avilad comes down, and he'll be our first one out. 4.6 seconds.
So he wasn't too concerned about tires.
No, not too much. He did. It seems everybody else is not taking tires, and I would be concerned if anybody takes tires at this point in time, seeing that we still have over 100 laps to go, and we've only got 3 sets of tires down in the pit. So I don't think I would come down and try anything funny out here.
Well, then what do you think Porter, Wiggins, and Queener have done? I'm looking at, my goodness, 15, 24, 29 seconds.
I was praying they made a mistake.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that's not the case here. I know a couple of these guys have come down for fuel only.
Yeah.
Wiggins actually might have been down there 24 seconds to fix some of that damage. As we take a look, yep, looks like they were able to pull some of it out, and that right front does look a lot better. As we get back under green flag, here we go. Cope under fire by Sikosi. Sikosi taking the high line. Team Unknown Racing out there saying...
The strategy is making me pull my hair out.
Okay, yeah. I know, right now it's almost... You almost don't know quite what to do. I mean, I would say no tires here for a little while. I would say about lap 160 if we end up back under caution. That's going to be tire time. Everybody took tires back on lap 90, so that's a pretty solid stop there. We may see guys not take tires much later on. Oh, we got contact with the wall. Who in the world was that? I see the 8. Is that the 83? Yeah, I think that's Jason Crumley that got into the wall there a little bit. Crumley under fire here, having some problems. Looks like Brian Wiggins. He does get back on the lead lap of that. He's still got to get some of that damage fixed.
So you would suggest 160. I mean, that's still 90 laps from the end. That's where you would take that last set of tires?
Yeah, some of these guys only took their first set of tires, like Justin Cope and Mark Sikosi took their first set of tires on lap 93.
Oh, okay. They can go that far.
Right. Now, if you want to switch it up, we have a caution with 25 laps left to go. I'm that guy with a set of tires.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then we're gonna slice through the field, and it's gonna be a shootout to the end of who can get around everybody the fastest. All right, take a look at Landwehr. He's gonna show you how to do it. Bottom line here. Sikosi's gonna hang out up top. Looks like Landwehr may have taken tires after that last spin out here.
Ah.
He's been down once before for fuel only, so it does show 3 visits he's been down in pit lane, but one of them should have been just an adjustment. So Landwehr still has 1 set of tires hanging down there in pit. Currently trying to run down Justin Cope. A 20-lap difference on tires shouldn't make that much of a difference, but currently he's running about a 1/10 of a second faster than our leader.
Oh yeah, we've seen it before though. I mean, 10 laps on a set of tires can make the difference between first and second place.
Yep, about 120 laps left to go here in this bout here at the Last Colosseum. Appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting as we bring you the Food City 500 with the NSR League. Currently, Justin Cope, Nathan Landwehr, Mark Sikosi are sitting 1, 2, and 3. All these gentlemen have moved up positions from their original qualifying spot. We fall back to Jared Magoon, who started 4th, still fourth. And Russ Bovair, he's moved up 6, starting outside the top 10. Not bad for him, as Bovair is right now rounding out our top 5. Oh, Magoon, little blink there. Hopefully he comes back. Yep, he's back right now. Johnny Avila is sitting 6th. Cody Porter 7th. Porter actually started on the pole here tonight, but it looks like he's having some trouble out of that race car as the track continues to change. And we move back to Brian Wiggins, who's sitting 8th, the last driver on the lead lap. Speaking of the lead, look at Justin Cope and Nathan Landwehr. Here they go. Go ahead and call it here, Stella. Right now, Landwehr down on the bottom. Cope taking a high side. Remember, Cope's going to have that turn exit speed. He's going to try to squeeze past him. Ooh, little contact with the wall. That does not help his case here. 28 Havoline machine and the, oh boy, the Miller Lite number 2 high side. Right now, I guarantee you'll watch Cope squeeze down to the bottom here to see if he can slow down that 28's roll.
Yeah, at this point, I think if I was Cope, I would go ahead and take the connection with 28 before I'd hit that wall again.
Yep. The spotter taking a peek at that number 2 there as Landwehr goes ahead and passes on by. Remember, Cope still has 2 sets of tires down in the pit, so he may... Right now, Landwehr may have it, but who actually has the upper hand? I would say Cope. So we'll see if this, if it goes green all the way to the end, that may be a little tricky. We'll see how that plays out.
My goodness, Landwehr is putting inroads in the... We're going to have a binoculars here pretty soon. See the guys behind him.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate Track Day for Veterans, presented by Fubar Studios out there. Guys, check them out. Definitely do great things out there to put our veterans out there on the racetracks. Give them something to do and some way to unwind. All right, moving back to Mark Sikosi, who currently sits 3rd. Right now, Sikosi a little off pace than his normal runs here. 15:31 is his last time here since he came in on lap number 93. As this track starts to settle in here a little bit, some of these guys who did take tires, like Cody Porter, waiting to see if Porter can kick it into high gear here or if he's just sitting back. Remember, these guys are fighting some tough racing out here and tough track conditions. Right now, I would question most of the driving we're seeing here tonight, whether or not is the change out there on the track. We did have winds around 12 to 14 miles an hour. Looks like they've died down a little bit, but that did not help the air temperature at all. Air temperature has dropped down to the 67-degree mark there, Stella.
Yeah, I was looking at Cody Porter a little earlier in the evening, about an hour before we started. He had yet to build his setup for this run, so I was kind of surprised. He started out so high up and then was so far back, but I think, like you say, he is having a little bit of a time tweaking it because he hasn't had as much practice on the setup he's running tonight.
All right, Fubar Studio out there saying he may have his car isn't Fubar yet. He's currently sitting down the pits trying to get that thing fixed up. Now, Stella, as we were talking through there a little bit, Cody Porter gets the 1-2, gets around Russ Bovair, and looks like got around Jared Magoon. Magoon is somehow loosening up here on lap number 94 tires. Right now, this is looking horrible as Magoon gets into the wall 2, 3, 4 times tonight, and right now he is trying to hang on. Right now, the 99X side seems to be loosening up here just a bit, and I would wonder if they are considering right now when the tires come in and he needs to pit, what is this guy going to do? Does he put more air pressure in that right front tire to try to get some of the heat out of it, or does he apply it to the right rear tire to help see if he can hook this race car around this track? A lot of things right now for Devin Lockridge out there on top of the box to take into consideration out there. What does he do at the down pit road, and how does he keep his driver safe? As Jared Magoon blinks out again, boy, I guarantee you, not happy about that. As right now, I believe that is Jeremy Queener trying to get around him, high side, but he's having trouble finding the 99.
Yeah, it's hard to pass somebody when they when they disappear on you. It's a very interesting 150-mile-an-hour game of peekaboo.
Yep. Now, right now, as they bob back and forth, top side, low side, a couple of other things he's looking for. Let's take a look back at Cody Porter again, currently sitting in 4th. Now is Avila and the 88 machine sitting behind him, getting ready to pass the 83. That's Jason Crumley. Crumley was trying to get his lap back. Unfortunately, he's now on the wheeling back right now. Crumley top side. He was the one who ended up in a little bit of a scuffle. Ouch. There to the wall for just a little bit, but unfortunately, Crumley was not able to get a called caution out there. So right now, he's hanging his head from a little bit of a folly he had earlier in the run. Back on lap 14. You want to talk about can't stop the bleeding here.
Uh-huh.
You see out there in the chat? There's old Devin Lockridge out there. Yeah. He's got a throttle masher. Yeah, well, might have to start checking that telemetry a little bit. And find out if he's also a two-footed driver. You want to see if he hovers that left foot over top of the brake in case bad things happen. As Douglas is still trying to knock down some laps. Give it to him. Remember I said if the drivers keep on going out there, Andy Reeves has gone ahead and taken the 13th position. These guys are still racing around out there. Right now towing down into pit road. Douglas Macedo not looking good.
Yeah, but everybody who is still out on the track tonight is going to be receiving a bonus point for the, the championship run, because as long as you make it at least halfway through a race, you do manage to get a bonus point.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough out here as we see these drivers continuing on through. Stella, we are less than 100 laps from the end. Now, they're already talking about Team Unknown out there, is saying strategies are killing him. This is one of them. This is something huge right now. Now, remember, Landwehr was able to get around Cope. I told you Cope was saving the tires, and here it is. Right now, he's cashing in. Here comes Justin Cope. Yeah, back under fire, Landwehr is. Cope gets a nasty turn there, so it looks like he'll have to drop back and punt.
Yeah, it was almost like Landwehr said, oh, somebody's catching up. Phew, off I go.
Yep. Now, right now, Cope has been sitting back here for a little bit. And we can run down Landwehr. Now, talk about amount of distance here. 2.5 seconds. We can look back and find Mark Sikosi. Now, Stella, I know you and I at super speedways, 2.5 seconds is a long way. But we take a look off the top of Mark Sikosi here. You see at the top of the screen, there they are. It doesn't seem like far, and 2.5 seconds seems like forever. But
yes,
well, it's a short track. It can happen. So a couple of decent turns here by Sikosi may have an opportunity.
but that's a good example of what you were talking about with boosting yourself up in the seat with your view. If you don't want to look at nothing but the guy's bumper right ahead of you or 50 feet in front of you, you need to get to where you can see up out of the windshield and up onto those high steeped banks ahead of you. That way you can see what's coming, and drive past your hood.
Yep. Yeah, because this is about helmet high with these guys, and you see how when you turn and look in the left, that's as far as you can see. To me, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely want to squat down in that seat a little bit. Unfortunately, it does make you guess where your hood is.
Oh.
So when you go up and make a tap, but the way I look at it, you're a short track there. The guy's bumping and banging all the time. I'd be surprised to see Cope not touch the 28 here in just a moment, because right now Cope he's wheeling this thing. He's trying to find a route. Outside, inside, outside. He's taking a look. And right now Cope, remember, he is actually handicapped by the tires he's running. Now's where it comes into play. Those 20-lap-old tires are definitely coming back to bite him.
Yeah. We did actually have 5 drivers last week to finish the race with 0 incidences. And again, in this league, that gets you a bonus point. It's just an incentive to have a clean race.
Yep. Yeah, you can make contact with another driver. It will say contact. Only damage-inducing contact that ends up actually punishing you out there.
Oh, really? Okay, so it's not just, I touched you? 1X? Or something?
Yeah, out there. Oh, taking a look out there. Right now, Devin Lockridge is out there giving us the percentages on the tires.
Okay.
Holy cow, if the right front was at 42, the right rear at 82, yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on that right front tire. But I would say he's racing it like a short track, but the key is okay, well, if I can't fix the driver, now I got to figure out how to fix the car. How can he fix the car? Whoa, two almost bumps him here. Landwehr getting close to spinning out as Justin Cope had a run on him there. It's a take off the front nose here of Justin Cope.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, talk about coming across the nose there. Right now, Cope is not afraid. Cope. Looks like he's got half a car length in it. All right, very close. This is the battle for the lead. And Cope got him.
Dive down. Yeah.
Cope got him, just waited him out. Not bad. So Landwehr makes a little mistake there, and Cope attacks. Justin Cope back in the lead here. Stella back to the chat out there. With Devin Lockridge on top of the box. If you can't fix the driver, you got to figure out how to fix the car. So what they could do is start adding more right front tire pressure to give this car more spring rate pressure in the right front. And that would help lower the tire temperature out there and possibly give him some more life out of that right front tire. But adding that right front could actually tighten that race car too much for him, and then now you're fighting another problem. So
yes. 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
And that's all you're doing. When you're sitting on top of that box, you want to get as close as possible and then adjust for the track as the race wears on. So Cope out to a 1-second lead already and is driving away with this one. I think Cope was just letting Landwehr wear those tires out. Cody Porter sitting 4 seconds behind that. Let's check in on Sikosi Navila as Cope is driving away.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Sikosi. I was seeing nothing but lapped cars between second and third.
Yeah, but remember what I was saying is these guys are having to battle the track out here. So right now, Sikosi had a heck of a car, but as this track starts to settle in and rubber up some more, Sikosi is having to make adjustments as this race wears on. So when he comes back in for tires is going to be the huge mark here of what he wants to do. You know, obviously I'm assuming that the number 8 will take 4 tires out there. But what adjustment
he
can he
wants
make?
to go fast, though.
Right.
Yeah, off the wall. Who was that?
Currently, Mark Sikosi right now is on his tires for the last 90 laps.
But as you said, he went 93 on the first set.
Yes, so that's why I'm kind of leaning toward his. Everybody's waiting for that mistake. Everybody's waiting for it to happen. Currently, times are now nudging the edge of the 16s here for the amount of time it's taken.
So you're waiting for somebody to have caution, is what you're saying.
Last thing you want to do is come down on a green flag pit stop. You saw what happened to Wiggins. Wiggins ended up down 2 laps coming down on green. Then the caution came out and at least got one of his laps back. All right. Devin Lockridge keeping his head up, though. Lowe fighting a back injury out there, unable to get out on the track. He's learning a little bit of crew chiefing out there. He's got a lot of work to do and definitely working with a rookie, so this actually almost feels like a Days of Thunder deal.
No.
Well, almost.
His crew chief was so seasoned.
Well, the guy in the car was seasoned as well, but just not in that car.
Not in the right car, exactly.
Right. So all he's got to do is just teach this guy how to drive. He'll help him in the box, and hopefully we'll see these guys become winners here.
Very cool.
Jared Magoon, unfortunately, is dropping down a lap, though. The 99 car getting passed out there by Cope. But right now, Magoon is just trying to hang on. Remember, he is out there running on the same set of tires that Cope and Sikosi are as well. Now, I'm waiting for everybody. I'm just wondering when everybody draws the line. Do we come up to lap 110 and they go, no, or excuse me, 210 and everybody go, nope, tire time. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. Now, has something happened? I think Jason Crumley might be the one I saw get a little bit of wall riding done. He just came in for a minute 35.
Yeah, he's been fighting some damage, and oddly enough, if he is off pace and you try to move out of the way for the leaders, sometimes you can actually cause damage to yourself by trying to get out of the way.
Oh.
He'll ride high in a bad spot and smack the wall, and you're just trying to make sure you're not getting everybody else in trouble. But Mr. Lockridge is assuring us he's not as old as Harry.
There you go. Excellent. And that old guy is still around, We've been losing people left and right, You read it in the news. And, these people are 20s, 30s, 40s. And then you get the people that are around forever.
Yep.
You never know. You live it for every day.
All right, taking a look at Mark Sikosi, looking back at Johnny Avila. He's down on the bottom. Sikosi trying to fend off yet another driver trying to get around him.
Did that time.
Cody Porter was able to, but man, oh man, not doing anything. Russ Bovair calls it. He comes down for tires.
All right. Wow, Johnny Avila just really pulled back there.
Yeah, well, he ended up getting a little off cycle there, seeing that number 5 machine going on around.
Yeah, like he's standing still.
Well, Wiggins did come down on lap 170.
Oh, okay, well, I missed him.
Yep, so Wiggins is some laps down here, and around he's going to go. And that's what I was saying is look at the amount of speed he's pulling right now. Guaranteed right now he is under a second faster than anybody else out there on the field. Well, after 15 laps, he's right back. He's gotten one of his laps back.
Okay.
So right now he's kind of trucking on through here, and that just makes me question right now Justin Cope. I mean, right now, when's this guy going to pit? I mean, he's on the oldest tires out there. Would be right now, I guarantee he's starting to pucker. 50 laps left to go here with Cope in the lead.
Yeah, but if he's able to keep it under control and stay in the lead, I would wait it out for every inch I could, I think.
Yeah, he's just got to play it by the field here. Right now, it's still in the lead by 3.5 seconds. 100%. If Cope has the fuel to make it, then just keep on doing your thing. But if you start seeing, I would say, Porter, Sikosi, and Avila come in, you might want to panic. It's time to pit. Because these guys are going to catch you in a matter of 30, 40 laps, but they've got to be close.
Okay.
So we'll definitely hold our breath here and see how it plays out. Oh, Cope!
There you go.
Cope
Who else
coming
just
on
dove
down.
In?
Yeah, that
Right
was Jeremy Queener coming on by.
Wow.
Yep, so Landwehr going to take over the lead here, and Wiggins getting one of his laps back the hard way.
All right. I'll be darned. Okay, so Mark Sikosi's the last one on 93 tires. Jared Magoon on 94.
Yep. I would say probably Devin Lockridge is going to tell him to come on down here in just a moment. And tell Magoon, hey, we're already a lap down. Let's go ahead and get some tires on this thing and get competitive. Because currently Magoon is right now running a 16:36. Yep. And the rest of our guys are about to start dipping back into the 14s again. So might want to start leaning back here and figure out what to do. Here we go. There's Cope on the inside. And there's the difference.
Yep, he made quick work of that at that pit stop too. 4 tires and fuel.
Yep. Well, I guarantee you right now, Cope only took enough fuel to make it to the end here. I would say he wants to probably buy about a 20-lap buffer in case we start getting a slew of cautions. Ooh, man. Around some lap traffic there as he's running down Avila.
Boy, running down, running by.
Yep, Avila came down on lap 1. Well, he came down on 117. So Avila may still need to pit. Yeah, but speed-wise right now, that is going currently to Cope for 1560. And that is fighting through traffic, 1479.
There we go.
Yeah, it's only 20,000 slower than his fastest lap here tonight. And I guarantee you he's giddy about those tires. Watch him slice here to the inside of Sikosi.
Well, let's see if Sikosi lets him get by that.
Yep, so it looks like we are able to get a hold of a chase copter cam here. Taking a look, does he do it?
Slice it, slice it.
Oh, man.
No.
Well,
Ooh, they pinched, and he made it. Wow, a twofer.
Yeah, right now out there, Team Unknown, yep, that's him. 27 in the right front, 74 in the right rear. Let me tell you right now, Jared Magoon's going to feel like he's driving a brand new car when he gets back out there.
I bet.
So we'll see if Magoon is able to make up any sort of distance here. Currently sitting, I believe, 2 laps down. He came in on lap 206. Our top 3 drivers, Landwehr came in on 117. Sikosi down on lap 93. And Cody Porter on 117. Now give it to Sikosi, still hanging out there. In the second position, only 3/10 ahead of Cody Porter, though, and Porter's closing the gap. Stella, I am amazed that Sikosi remains out on the track.
And viable. You know, it's not just that he's out there, but the fact that he's holding his own on those tires. That is some serious tire conservation, tire management.
Yep, there goes Magoon underneath of him. This should be Avila coming right behind. Excuse me. I believe that's Queen. Queener slicing underneath. Cody Porter on those lap 117 tires should come into play. I'm amazed because Landwehr is out in front by 6.4 seconds off Sikosi's bumper.
Oh, that's twice as much as Cope ever had.
Yep. But taking a look, Cope is on the lead lap.
He is.
And he is trying to run these guys down. He's got to come up with, I'm looking at about 14 and a half seconds. As he currently passed our leader, Nathan Landwehr. Landwehr, I think at 117, should have enough fuel to make it to the end. We'll definitely see. This could definitely change up here in the following laps.
And is Cope going to fry his tires off before he can get to the front?
Who knows?
Trying to do this extra time?
Right now, still the only driver breaking under 15 seconds. 14:89 last time around. Yeah, he's coming home with a vengeance here. Right now, Cope took it for the better, saying fresh tires are going to help me. Oddly enough, Russ Beauvert currently sitting 7th. Cope is in 6th. Next driver he's looking for is about a second and a half ahead of Avila. Avila,
Yeah, he's
clutching.
He's cut down 2 seconds in the last couple laps. Clint Mata down to pit road.
The 88 machine is clutching it here. Something tells me he doesn't have enough fuel to make it to the end.
Oh.
So that should bring a kind of a cue in here that if Avila is running out of fuel, Sikosi may be dead in the water. 26 laps left to go here.
I mean, yeah, if Avila's came in at 117 and Sikosi's still out there on 93, how in the world is he?
Here are our guys. This is Cope running up on our 3rd and 4th place drivers.
Oh, no.
Cope is out of there. Caution.
Yeah. Please. Oh my.
Cody
Well,
Porter.
everything has just changed.
All
with
righty.
25 laps to go.
Who comes in? Sikosi Navilov, even before they catch up to the pace car, heading in.
As long as that's not coming in on some kind of a closed pit.
Shouldn't be.
Okay.
Definitely shouldn't be. Landwehr and Wiggins coming on in. Cope is going to stay out.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
Well, he's got to level the playing field. I was actually surprised if Cope was going to stay out. I was going to say there's no way, because right now he's going to go out there with 30-lap-old tires, try and run these guys on the fresh ones. Absolutely not.
And the ones that he just tore the Hades out of, trying to catch up and get his laps back.
All right, Cope not taking any chances here. 4 tires. So he's going to depend on his race here and his racecraft to see if he can run these guys down. 35 miles an hour down pit lane just seems like a bear. So they're definitely going to hold on. 38 machine of Cody Porter was our last caution here. Let's take a look.
Oh, he's rolling.
Oh! Cope touched Sikosi into Porter.
Yep.
Holy cow.
My goodness. It does seem, though, that Porter's the only one worse for wear. How in the world did Sikosi not end up with a hood in the windshield?
Yeah, unknown. Taking a look at 38. Front end damage, rear end damage. Porter not going to be happy. He'll be starting behind Cope. Back down pit road he goes.
No.
Now 34 seconds is how long he was in the box last time. We'll see how he hangs on. Sikosi with a 15-second pit stop for him.
There you go.
But he's got front end damage.
Yeah, not as much as I would have expected, considering. Looks like Beauvais is the only one who's chosen, because he had come down on 193, not to come in during this caution.
All righty, here we go. Green flag's out. Our top 3 drivers should be just about a level playing field here. Landwehr, Wiggins, and Cope. 4 tires and fuel. All righty, expect Cope to be working with Wiggins out there, currently in the same team chat out there. Caution.
I was going to say, it says caution at the top. Are we again or still?
We should be under a new caution here. Avila involved in the lap 231 caution here. Let's see what happened to the 88. All right, Johnny Avila gets dealt some damage here. Which is rather unfortunate. So some drivers will be revisiting down pit road. Mark Sikosi will be.
This is probably more for damage than anything else?
Yes. Yeah, this is damage fix. And Cody Porter as well. I think this is a great call if you're already here in the back. Let's try to square this car away. So the pit strategy is going pretty crazy here.
Out there in the chat, they're like, yes, get me another lucky dog, get one more adjustment.
Yep. Right now might need to be fixing a few extra things out there. Magoon definitely needs to get that right front fender off that tire. So he is fighting a little bit of right front damage. If he does end up getting a wave around here, I guarantee you we'll see Magoon come back down for the pit crew to take a look at that right front. Make one more adjustment and then let him out there and rip. And that's something else to consider out there, Stella, is when the car has damage as well, sometimes the race car can get tight because of aerodynamics out there.
Lovely.
So he actually may be battling a perfectly good race car. Or
but with one bad fender.
If he can fix it.
Okay.
If the damage is too great, you will see guys go ahead and just leave the damage and then just try to offset and fix for the damage.
That would be tricky, though, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This should be an interesting restart as we double stack here. 6 drivers on the lead lap currently.
Nathaniel Landwehr, Brian Wiggins, Justin Cope, Mark Sikosi, Johnny Avila, and Russ Bovair.
All right, here we go. All right, pretty big separation here. Cope is able to fire up to second position as he got around Wiggins. Wiggins drops down to 5th. Tough run here as we get an overhead view. Taking a look at Cope, trying to run down Landwehr. This is where I think the battle's going to be. 13 to go.
Johnny Avila back up to 3rd. Impressive.
Yeah, trying to make it happen. On the outside is Magoon. Magoon might be sideways. Saves it, though.
Oh,
no!
No, don't come back. Oh, they missed him.
Whoa!
Now where is he?
Holy cow. Magoon back here by himself now.
Okay.
Holy cow, almost ate it. Cope running out of time, half a second behind.
Ooh.
Right now, Lane, we're showing you why he qualified top 5 here tonight. As he is pulling away, Avila saying, hey, I qualified 2nd, I'm coming back. Trying to make something happen here.
Just because I'm up 10 doesn't mean I'm not looking for 11. Oh, tapped him in the back quarter there. Held on to it.
Cope.
Nope.
Cope loses control here. And now he's got right rear damage, no caution.
Nope.
Wow. Cope will be out of the running here. That's going to leave Landwehr and Avila. Avila's got to make up about 1.25 seconds here to find him.
Let's see if Mark Sikosi can stay out of trouble for 6 more laps. These last 10 are usually his nemesis.
Devin Lockridge not only has a bad back, but he's going to have hair loss now. Out there as he cannot believe Jared Magoon was able to squeak out of that one.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Well, to come back up the track and have 2 drivers miss him that close.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was incredibly lucky for him and for them.
Crazy close
here. Ready to go.
Yep, Sikosi taking a peek here as he wants to find something. Right now, Landwehr is seeing this all come to an end here, and he's thinking finally. Right now, as they continue to run it on by, Landwehr, 2 laps left to go. And less than a mile when he comes to the line. This is going to be it, half mile to go. White flag is out, Landwehr. A 1.5 second lead and growing. Now he's stepping on the gas, starting to move up. 3 seconds away from Sikosi here. To the line, I think he's going to leave the 83 alone as he wins it here at the Food City 500.
Good job.
right, not bad here. Not bad. Few cautions here and there, but to be expected, as these guys had a great race. Right now, we're lining up for a couple of pictures there. And we will be definitely clapping it on here for these guys. They did an excellent job. Great race. As it comes all the way to the end. If there was a way I could bow, I would. Thank you out there, Devin Lockridge, for saying great broadcast. Definitely don't forget to share this kind of stuff, guys. This is a great chance to get you and your sponsors out there.
Some more viewing time.
Yep. The more people and the more eyeballs we got on this league, the more drivers we get in this league, and the crazier it gets.
Nice.
Right now, I got to ask Jared Magoon what in the heck happened. I thought he let go of the steering wheel and covered his eyes. How he came back up the track and missed two different people blew me away.
Yeah. Oh, it was a good night for Yates Racing. Both Johnny Avila and Nathaniel Landwehr coming in 1 and 2.
Yep. Currently, I think they are looking right now out there for victory lane here. There we go. He's finding it.
Outstanding.
Attaboy. All right.
That is new.
All righty, guys. Hang in there. We are definitely going to have a chat with our top 3 guys. And holy cow, man, oh man, did they get this thing going. Whew. All righty.
Round them up.
Yep. All right, guys, hang in there, and we'll be right back. All righty, catching up with our third place finisher here, Mark Sikosi in the number 8 car. Man, oh man, you got that Monte Carlo Chevrolet up in time. Talk to me about this race.
Yeah, didn't really know what to expect. We felt like the car was pretty good. Cope's been getting his. We start with the same base. He's been getting his a little bit better for the races and throughout a race. I don't know what happened to him there at the end, but yeah, we had a good amount of damage there at the end. I'm surprised we hung on to third. We didn't get it filled up with fuel, so that tightened us up quite a bit. So maybe we would have had something for them guys at the end if we could. But yeah, between the damage and being as tight as we were at the end, we didn't have a shot. But to come away with third after all that, I mean, you can't really complain.
Man, oh man. Side by side for a lot of this racing here, you found a lot of success riding that high line. You know, if there's anything you could change during this race, I mean, is there anything you can think of? You know, maybe loosen up the race car, take the low line, or follow, you know, what did you have to do?
We ran the low line for most of the race, but once we started getting late in a run, it get too tight to run down there, and we were a little bit faster up top, we found. And it allowed me to get back by Porter. He drove by me around the bottom, and then I started running the top, and maybe 20, 30 laps later, we went back by. So I was thinking maybe I could have brought the rear end up, as you know, all together, and it would have helped it rotate. Had a little more downforce, would have kept the front end pinned down. I think that would have helped, but it was so hard trying to get these adjustments in with the amount of time you have getting down the pit road. And I mean, there's something constantly going on. You're constantly avoiding chaos out there, so it's a tough race.
Yeah, especially if you're fighting damage or anything like that. But go ahead and give me your shout outs
Oh,
here
yeah.
while you talk about Michigan.
Yeah. Well, you got to shout out my teammates. We worked pretty hard on these setups. Got to thank everybody for showing up. For the ones that have been showing up, I know attendance has fallen off a little bit here recently. I know some guys are hurt, some guys are sick, but yeah. Got to thank you guys for the broadcast because I mean the broadcast is excellent. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, buddy. We definitely try, man. Definitely try to keep it lively up here, especially when the racing's good and you guys aren't caution after caution after caution. This has been really something, and hopefully we see a driver like Johnny Taylor. That's a name that rings a bell. We got to figure out how to get that
Yeah,
number 3 car back out here.
he said he was going to make it this week. Him and a few of his buddies, but we've yet to see it. I don't know what's going on. I know he gets out of work late. And sometimes he'll get on iRacing in the morning and he sleeps right through our race. So I don't know, maybe one of these days he'll show up.
All right, Mark. Well, we'll definitely we'll hold you guys to it and see how you do in Michigan,
we'll call him
buddy.
out. Yeah, we'll call him out right now. Make sure he shows up for next week.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Do it. Johnny Taylor, get your butt back in here. All right,
Sorry.
Mark. Good job, buddy.
All right, thanks.
All right, that moves us on with Mark Sikosi. Moving on to Johnny Avila, who ended up in the second place finish here tonight, able to charge back, especially from being down. Boy, talk to me about this UPS machine. That Ford Taurus was on a tear there, buddy.
Well, you know what they say. Freaking UPS, this UPS will always deliver its package, man.
I guess so. But good Lord, man, this thing was all over the track here tonight, and you seem to get the right adjustment right here at the end.
Yeah, so that really long run that we had, I was like a few laps short on fuel, so I was trying to save my gas a little bit, and then other people started pitting, and I was still like 5 laps short, so I just started turning it off, clutching it, and then we got that last caution. I made a bunch of adjustments, loosened it up, and I just put it on the wall and hammered down and just see where I could get, and it was hooking. I don't know what happened to Justin when I got to his inside. It looked like something broke on his car, or his wheel broke. That was strange because he was fast all night, but I couldn't catch my teammate there, Nate. He was a rocket ship tonight.
Yeah, that he was, man. But there, a lot of you guys were super fast here tonight. You're the only driver tonight that qualified in second and ended second, but not gaining or losing any positions. But is that something you carry over into Michigan?
I don't know. Michigan should be a good track for me, though. I tend to struggle on short tracks, but I really like the big tracks. You can kind of go all over the place, and I like going fast.
Yeah, I would say a long track like Michigan. Guys do have the opportunity of dropping down to the bottom, but it's always that merge after the end of turn 2. And we see a lot of guys get doored and put into the wall, and it's hard to return from that. Johnny, go ahead and give me a shout-out here, buddy.
I'd like to thank all my teammates, especially Cody Porter. He put in a lot of work to build the setup for our team this week. I wasn't really able to help him. And also, I'd like to shout out Outlier. If you're looking for NASCAR sets, short tracks, or even some road, it's definitely a great place to check out. OutlierSpeedCode.com.
Awesome. Johnny Avila, congratulations, buddy. We'll see you in Michigan.
Thank you. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for broadcasting.
Oh, thanks, buddy. All right, Stella. Now we move on here to our race winner, and then we'll have a little shout out from our lead sponsor here of the series. Let's take a look at Nathan Landwehr, where man, oh man, well, regardless, was still able to fight his way up to the front, come away with some fast speed out there, and man, oh man, that 28. I thought you may have been down and out there, but man, you were able to fight back to the front. Tell me how this Haviland Taurus did.
Yeah, so it was a big up and down night. Went in thinking it was going to be a big fuel strategy race, and for most of it, it seemed like it. The car was not set up to save fuel at all. It was way too tight, and we were we were really slow. But as the race progressed, made adjustments to the car, got to a spot where it wasn't terrible, saving fuel, and then on that final caution, I came down, put 4 fresh tires on it, and made a big swing on the adjustment, and it was flying.
You, Avila, and Cope. I had almost leveled the playing field. Everybody took 4 tires. Everybody took a little bit of fuel. What was your strategy to get away from these guys?
On that last caution, ultimately just drive away. I was trying to save fuel the whole time, just hoping it would work, but it didn't come down to it, and we just had a good ending there. Got some good luck on our side there.
All right. Can you get that same kind of good luck heading into Michigan next week?
Michigan, I think we can get some good luck. I think we'll get a top 3 there. I think it's a big track, and I'm a lot better at the big tracks than these short tracks, so we'll have some good odds.
All right, man. Awesome job. Well, you definitely come away with the Food City 500 winner here, and definitely a good job. I would say Cope had a good commanding lead there for some time, and you did as well, but obviously the last lap is the one that matters. Go ahead and give me a shout-out here, bud.
Yeah, I just want to shout out all the guys in this league. It's a good group of guys to race with. Fun. Shoot, lost my train of thought. The guys that run the show, they put together a good schedule, and it's just enjoyable to race. Thank you to you guys for broadcasting. So there's a show to watch, and just want to shout out my wife, who's probably downstairs watching, and if she's not, then I don't know. I'll have to tell her what happened.
Yeah, or show her the broadcast. Come on,
Oh
man.
yeah,
There
we'll
you
show
go.
her.
All
I
right,
like watching
Nathan.
it back with her.
Yep. All right, buddy. Congratulations on your win here tonight. Definitely, I feel this is not the only one. We're going to be talking to you here in Winner's Circle. So we'll let you go celebrate with your wife, and we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good. You have a good one.
Take it easy, buddy. All right, the 28 Ford Taurus, the Haviland machine there of Nathan Landwehr coming away with the win. Now, a quick shout out from our lead sponsor here of the league, Douglas. Talk to me here, buddy.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, man, tough race here for you tonight. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on, and tell me, for God's sakes, about this track day for veterans.
Yeah, it was a tough night, but with racing, still learning this whole sim racing. Still want to try to put that out there. As, still new to this. I'm new, and I don't know what I'm doing. But just having fun. The whole track day for veterans, it's a nonprofit organization that I started. It's to introduce what we call where racing meets freedom. It's getting active duty or veterans into the pits, into the NASCAR races. We partnered up with Class Motorsports, which is owned by Kevin Lepore and Andy Seiss, and the driver is Andy Jakowiak, Andy J, car number 73. We bring veterans into the races and hang out in the pits, and they get to hang out with all the drivers. We even hung out with Cletus McFarland down in Daytona Beach at the Speedway there. But they get to go in and enjoy it. The veterans have a wonderful time. They get free merchandise with the team, and they get free merchandise with us with Track Day for Veterans, and get to enjoy the. Usually, it's a 2-day or 3-day event. All free of charge for them.
So do they get to go to all different tracks, or just where certain people are racing?
It's all different tracks. So usually, if it's going on for a couple of days, we usually try to visit some other tracks around that area. Like in Arizona, we visited 2 other tracks that were having races. But it's with the race team that we go to other tracks. Like Phoenix, we went to Daytona. We are going to Rockingham coming up here shortly on I think it's the 18th or 19th of April. And then we got Talladega right after that on the 25th or something like that. They get to go to all these races. and it's all
So
taken care
what
of for
is
them.
yeah, what is the purpose? Is it for entertainment for them, for distraction? What are you looking to provide?
What we're trying to do and what we're trying to get them to do is to know that there's more stuff to do outside of being in the military. There's other avenues to explore and be able to see what's going on with racing and know that it's like another family, um, you know, kind of feeling when you're with these drivers and introduce them into the racing sport and be able to just relax and enjoy their time while they're there at the races.
All right.
You know,
That sounds like a good cause. I like it, and I'm glad and would love to welcome you here to NSR and for being a sponsor. So you say you're new to this. How do you think you're going to be feeling by Michigan? Little less new?
probably still new. It's getting to know the tracks and getting to know the lines, and be able to set the car up the way you need to. This week I had Brian Wiggins help me out with it. Next race may not be him; it could be him. He's given away his secrets, but it's just getting behind the wheel and spending the time on doing it, and hopefully I feel a little more comfortable. You know, but you can tell the difference between new tires and old tires.
Oh,
It gets a little loose.
100%. I've seen guys do full 360 spinouts coming off a pit road just because they have brand new tires, and it's like, oops.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. But yeah, it's just more the track day for veterans is almost like a therapeutic session for them, is what a lot of guys tell me. So
All right. Well,
yeah.
sounds good. And welcome aboard. And we hope to see you next week on the track a little bit longer.
Thank you so much.
All right. Appreciate
All
you, Doug.
right.
Have a good one, you guys.
Too.
All right.
All right, moving on. All right, everybody, that should do it. Get a little shout out from our league sponsor out there, Douglas Macedo out there. Glad to see him out there. A tough night for him tonight, though. Man, oh man, he kind of got bumped and banged around out there. I think Stella, he would have had maybe a slightly better night out there, being able to ride in the lane. You know what I mean? It was kind of heading low into the turns, high out of the turns. And I think it was just kind of messing him up a little bit. But regardless, still a good night here for all of our drivers. Except Mr. Andy Reeves. He made only about 76 laps out there. Everybody else only one, if not about 6 laps down. Not too bad. Jason Crumley got an unfair advantage out there, unfortunately spinning out on lap 14 with no caution, so he was unable to battle all the way back. But he'll have his chance to redeem himself when he comes to Michigan next week. Stella, anything left to add here for our viewers?
No, it's probably the cleanest Bristol I've ever seen, and let's keep up the good work.
Yeah, even though so few drivers, we still had side-by-side racing out there. We still had pit strategies out there, and still a lot of speed and a lot of good racing. So I've got to admit, yes, I would love to see 30 drivers out here, but still this remained in some decent competition out there. And I appreciate each and every one of you, even out there in the chat, even our guy who's going to be looking for a toupee for as much hair as he's been pulling out. But we're going to see how he does heading into next week. Hopefully we see Devin Lockridge back out there on the track. I know he's trying to help Jared Magoon out there, but I think we need to see Devin Lockridge back onto the track. So that's going to do it for us here with the NSR series. SimTraX Broadcasting going ahead and signing off here for tonight. So be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.